Ahoy there, Chummers, and welcome to the Sixth World. Today's video is going to be a short little one, just a fun little question that came to me during the week that I kind of wanted to share with you guys and get a little bit of feedback from you all on. But before we get started, I do have an announcement. This channel, if you've been paying attention to my social media posts, is now monetized. So no ads yet, but we do have channel memberships open and available for anybody who wants to join. A couple of the perks that you'll get, you've got some exclusive emojis, a badge, early access to videos, exclusive members-only community posts, basically the default stuff. But I'm also thinking I may possibly add a bit more to it. I may do a Discord channel. I don't know if I will, because I don't know if I want to devote the amount of time and energy that it would take to run a Discord channel / server or whatever. But I'm also thinking I may also do members only live stream at some point during the week, perhaps maybe on like Tuesday afternoon or something like that. But we will see. Stay tuned for more information and click that join button if you want to help me make more content and grow the channel. Now, with that out of the way, with that little plug out of the way, the question of today is it's an interesting one. I think it's one that we can have just a little bit of fun with, and I'm fairly positive I haven't done this one yet. But that question is, what is the weirdest character that you've ever had at your tabletop? Whether it's in a game of Shadowrun, whether it's in another tabletop RPG, because it is Independent TTRPG month during this month of July, as I pointed out in a video previously. You can see that if you haven't watched that video yet. But yeah, so what's the weirdest character that you've ever had at your table? It could be a character that you've played, character that somebody else has played. Maybe it was in a game that you GM'd or something like that. I can tell you that the weirdest character that I've had so far to date, it was a game that we played one weekend when I was in high school. Typically what would happen when we got together for a weekend of gaming is it would be, number one, it would be an entire weekend. It would be Friday to Sunday. Everybody would come to one particular person's house on Friday afternoon after school, and we'd game through. Usually Sunday afternoon, evening is when everybody went home and rested up to the return to school on Monday. It was a fun time. It was great. I absolutely loved it. Typically what would happen on Fridays is because people got off school at different hours of the day, we had some people who were involved in some extracurricular activities, people that got picked up, at various times, doctor's appointments, whatever, that sort of thing. So people would kind of trickle in Friday afternoon into the evening, and Friday was usually character creation day. So this weekend, it was my weekend to run Shadowrun, which everybody always loved doing. I also always loved running Shadowrun. Never actually got to play it, but that's neither here nor there. That's a that's a topic for another video, I think. So what we were doing is, it was Friday, we were all making characters, and I had a friend who, we were playing, was it second or third edition? I think it was third edition. But I had a friend who really wanted to play a drone rigger. And he had been thinking about this drone rigger that he was going to play literally for weeks. He'd been planning it out, knew exactly what he wanted to do, knew which drones he was going to get, how he was going to spend his money, knew what, race and stats and everything was going to be, literally planned everything out meticulously to the letter. So he's making his character, and he's going through, and I'm helping somebody else with their character, and then he's just about done, and he's buying his gear. He's just finished up getting his drones. I think he had like 4 or 5 drones that were top of the line stuff, like really, really expensive drones. He got a really good control rig for it. Literally spent almost all of his money, and he gets down to what kind of transport he's going to get, what kind of vehicle he's going to get, and then I hear him from across the table go, "Oh no." Oh shit. So I look over, I'm like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, so question, how much is a bike? And, you know, me thinking I don't quite know what's going on, so I'm kind of going through my head. I'm like, oh, well, let's see. A Yamaha Rapier is this, and, you know, Dodge Scoot is this. And I start kind of like, you know, listing off some of the motorcycles, asking about a motorcycle. He goes, no, how much is a bicycle? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? So he had planned everything out, and he thought he had crunched the numbers correctly, but it turned out he hadn't, and he had vastly underestimated the cost of his drones with his vehicle control rig, and ended up pretty much running out of money. Just about. He only had, like, I think 200 new yen by the time he got to having to choose a lifestyle and having to get a transportation and all that good stuff. So yeah, he didn't have enough for a lifestyle. He didn't have enough for transportation. He barely had enough for a gun of his own. He got like I think he got like a crappy holdout pistol or something like that. But yeah, he explained the situation. He's like, how much for a bicycle? I'm like, I don't know. It's not in the book. So I was thinking, I'm like, well, what kind of bike are we talking about? Are we talking about a good bike, or are we talking about, you know, just kind of a so-so bike, something like you'd find at Walmart or Target? And he's like, yeah, how much would be a mountain bike that I could get at like a department store or something like that? So I was like, I don't know, 100 new yen. He's like, all right, done. Spent 100 new yen, bought himself a Schwinn bicycle, and the entire game he was a rigger that was tooling around with a bicycle. He had these insane military grade drones running around. He had like 2 scout drones and 2 attack drones that were really, really nasty pieces of work. But he was riding around on a bicycle. And at one point during the campaign, there was a point where he needed to transport the team, like the team needed transportation to a run. I forget where they were going, but he was the only one who had any form of transportation at the time, because apparently nobody else bought any sort of transportation. I don't know why. Expecting to take the city bus everywhere or something. I don't know. It was an interesting weekend, let's just say. But yeah, no. At one point he was the one to transport people to a run, and you had like 5 runners. He was hanging off of this bike. It helped that he was a troll, so it was a big bike, but still, it was just this visual of this team of runners just hanging on to this guy's bike as he's scooting down the street, on their way to commit some nefarious crime. It was absolutely hilarious, and it was one of the better games that I had, because it sticks out so much in my mind just because of the bicycle rigger that happened to be running around during that game. So anyway, gonna leave that story right there, because there's not a whole lot more to it. It was a really fun weekend, and it was really funny having a Shadowrun character riding a bike everywhere. Not a motorcycle, but an actual bike. It was funny. So anyway, yeah, back to the question of the video. What's the weirdest character that you've ever had at your table? Let me know in the comments section below, and let's get a discussion going. Maybe some of the weirdest ones. I might do a little bit of a featurette on some of the weirder ones that are out there, depending on how entertaining I think it might be. As always, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Both of those things help quite a bit, and I will see you all next time. And that's the chip truth, chummers. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more Shadowrun content. Hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a brand new Shadowrun video, and until next time, remember to shoot straight and never, ever deal with a dragon.